Here we go, live from Eagan, Minnesota. The Sabers against the Eagan Wildcats. John Choi brings it back to Wedman. Wedman feeds it over to Collins. Gets forced back. Picked up by John Choi. John Choi battles far side. Picked up by Telejohn. Telejohn tries to get it over to Wedman, and it gets brought into the zone. Cam Carlson goes hard into the boards. With John Choi, Collins pokes it. It gets out. Here comes Telejohn. Telejohn with a burst of energy, brings it into the zone. Telejohn kicks it up to her skate, tries to get a shot off, and it's smothered by the Eagan goaltender. Girls have had a break here, and they look a little rested. We'll see what they do. Here comes the Wildcats back the other way. Holly tries to get it to Shinnick, does it. Shinnick feeds it to Brigman. Brigman shoots it wide, back to the point. Knutson carries, gets poked, and it goes back down the other way. Knutson hustling to get the ball loose. Puck gets tripped on the way, and that's going to be a power play for the Shakopee Sabers. Knutson with a burst of energy there and gets tripped up, and it's going all the way back down to the Wildcat zone. Back to the point. Anand drops it down to Wedman. Wedman cycles over top. Walks it in. Long shot. Off the pad. Back to Wedman. Wedman controls to Shinnick. Shinnick tries to get it up. And Carlson gets upended on the way. Wedman took a shot down low. Wedman controls. Wedman walks it out of the corner, back down and on and long shot. Nice shot by Anand, but tipped away. Around the net she goes. Here comes Cam Carlson. Not there in time, and they force it out, and Anand goes back to retrieve. Anand banks off the boards to John Choi. John Choi battles hard, and it comes back the other way. Shinnick comes in. Here comes Eagan. Long shot, just wide. Ken Carlson shoots it around to Shinnick. Shinnick picks up. Here comes Shinnick down far side. Shinnick's going to dump. Shocklee's going to change. Schuler tries to hold it in. Schuler had it for a second. Here comes Wedman back to bring it back in through. Wedman on top of the circles, kicks it up through to her stick, fires one on net with Brigman there at the doorstep. Shakopee showing some gas early on here. And that's going to be a penalty on the Wildcats again. Shakopee's going to be on a 5-on-3 for at least 25 seconds unless they do something early on. Brigman for the faceoff. And that's going to be shot all the way down. Going to eat up some time of the 5-on-3. Picked up by Ganeri. Ganeri threads it through center. Collins picks it up. Gets caught in her skates and is back the other way. That's Schuler. Schuler got it up to Ganeri and back to Ganeri. Collins, center ice. Collins carries into the zone. Collins cuts back to the middle. Collins can't get it off the stick. Back to Ganeri. Ganeri long shot. Tip down in front. and here comes Telejohn. Telejohn drops it down, tries to get it to Collins. Collins gains control behind the net, gets it over to Brigman. Brigman, backhander. Cam Carlson fires one off the shin pad and is tipped out. Collins picks it up, and she's going to carry it through the neutral zone. Carries it wide. Gets it into the zone. Drops it back to Brigman. Brigman. Here comes Carlson. Carlson's wound up. Coming down near side, cuts it across the middle. Carlson's going to carry it in the zone. Steps high, shoots off the face mask. And Shakopee's buzzing here early on. Back to the point, on it. Shinnick. Shinnick feeds Wedman. Wedman at the doorstep. Got a good shot, and it's forced out. 10:27 left in the period. There's Malone coming out, playing the puck. And it goes deep inside the Wildcat zone. Shakopee putting good pressure on. And it's full strength. It's 5-on-5. Holly over to Anand. Picked off. Comes through the middle. Slot. Shot was tipped aside. Shinnick up to Wedman. Wedman over to Johnshoy. Johnshoy skates across the red line. Carries it in. Drops it back to Wedman. Wedman fires one on net, and it's froze by the Wildcat goaltender. Nelson taking the face off, gets batted around. Toe check, battles near side along with Schuler, and it comes back to neutral. Canary chips it up. Here goes back the other way. Brought into the zone, that could have been an offsides, nothing called. That's going to go back to neutral. Toe check, battling near side, and it comes back through neutral zone. Shot tip, goes up into the netting, and it's going to be a whistle. And then Wedman wins the faceoff. Chips it around to Telejohn. Telejohn tries to feed Izzy McNee, and here comes McNee. McNee, centering pass, nothing home. Yeah, this ain't gonna work here. Sorry, I remember this from last year. They put up these cameras like it's NHL, and it obstructs the view. Nothing we can do. We can maybe move around. I'll talk to my audio-visual team and see what they can do. Izzy McNee almost picked one off, and here comes back the other way. Malone drops down, freezes the puck. Around the net, on in. Tries to get up Knutson just off the stick and back the other way. Picked off by Brigman. Brigman turned back the other way. Dropped in deep. Knutson comes back to help out. Here comes Holly. Holly back up. And Holly. And it's forced all around. Picked up by Onen. Onen shovels it around. And it's picked off by the point. Long shot. And it's saved by Malone. Onen chips it around. Picked up by the defenseman and kept in. Back to the point. Knutson has control. Knutson's going to bring it all the way in. Ring the boards, and there goes Shinnick. Shinnick holds it in, and it's not enough, and it comes back the other way. Here comes Knutson with the pressure. Ooh, that could have been a high stick. Not called. And here comes Eagan with a burst of energy. Knutson looks control, chips it back, tries to get it to Schuler. Shot, number 17 for the Wildcats, looking for a tip. And someone's going to get a penalty. Was that Malone? Might have been Malone getting a tripping call with 5:57 left in the first period. Addie Malone with their first penalty of the year, 2 shutouts on the year. But Addie Malone's obviously not going to go away, but she gets the 2-minute for tripping. Collins wins it back to Carlson. Carlson banks it back, looking for Nelson, and that gets out of the zone. Nelson looking the pressure. Nelson almost turns it back over, and up comes the other way. Long shot. Carlson battles in the corner, looks to get it up to Collins. Collins chips it back out. Turned over, back to the point. Long shot, stopped by Nelson, battling in the front, and Malone dives forward and gobbles the loose puck up. Shot doesn't find the front of the net, and it's back to the point. Drop down, far side corner, centering pass picked up by Onen, and Onen gets picked off, and it comes back to the point. And that's gonna bring it back to the neutral zone. 51 seconds left on the penalty. And Onen, good play to keep it from going the other way. Forced all the way down by John Shoy, and it's pushed away by the goaltender. Knutson comes down, pressures. Here comes Elena Kocek. Brought in a long shot. Glove down there by Onen. And Holly's just going to fire it off the boards and bring it all the way down into the Eagan zone. You'd think the 2 cameramen in front of us are building a camera tonight, but they're just getting set up for the varsity game. And this is the way it happens in Eagan at this arena. Izzy McNee drops it down off the backhand. Toe check with the backhand. Fired. Toe save by the goaltender. Toe check. Looking to get one. And it's going to be an ice on Eagan. I'd have to say I wish my audio-visual team worked on this camera system as hard as these two gentlemen are working on Eagan's broadcasting network. Goes behind the net. Back to the point. Canary tries to force it back in. It's turned back. Here comes Schuler on the foot race. Schuler around the net. Chips it up the boards. Collins coming on the back end. Back to the point. Long shot. Oh, big save by Malone to see the tipped puck, and she got a toe on it. Collins around the net. Gets hooked, and Collins going to get one for the team, and shock if he's going to go on the power play once again. Collins brought her on the net, got tripped up, and Eagan's going to go back to the box. John Choi on the face-off. Here comes Eagan keeps it in. Shovels it in with a backhand. And Shinnick helps out on the top side. Here comes the Wildcats the other way. Eagan pestering. Carlson battles down low near side. Centering pass. Malone didn't let it come through. And here comes Eagan. Egan's got time. Chips it up the board to John Choi. John Choi just played it up. I think she was looking for Wedman to be on top. And back the other way, Carlson. Carlson to John Choi. John Choi walks it in, tries to thread the needle through the skates, gains control. Long shot, tipped aside. Back to the point. Wedman walking it in. Wedman fires one. I'm going to keep it up here so you can see. Wedman picks it up, grabs control, fires one, and it's a save.
Is this like some kind of special event tonight with all the heavy camera setup stuff?
Nope, this is Eagan. They do a good job at their filming.
Wow, really?
They got cords coming from everywhere. It's a heavy-duty operation. Next period, we're going to try to find a different location as these two gentlemen build their camera system. It goes all the way down. Malone stops it. Malone fires it back up, looking for Brigman. And it gets turned back the other way. Telejohn pestering top. Picked up by Holly. Holly turns it back. Holly, D-to-D to Ganeri. Ganeri chips it high off the glass. And Telejohn plays on the blue line. Here comes Brigman. Brigman's going to carry it in. Brigman plays in the corner. And Holly pinches. And back the other way the Wildcats come. 15 seconds left in the period. Here comes Brigman once again. Collins over top. Picked up by Collins. Collins walks in. Collins gets to Brigman. Oh! Telejohn had a grade A opportunity. Jumped the stick. Just couldn't pull the trigger quick enough. And Shockey's going to go 0-0 into the second period. And we're going to see if they're going to resurface. I don't think they are. So you got a quick second to go get some popcorn and a beverage of your choice. Oh, they are.
Am I invited with you or no? Are you leaving? Are you going to the truck?
That's in between.
Guess I gotta mile away and I may never get there, buddy. I may never get there.
Here we go, period 2. Eagan, Minnesota. We got a different angle here. Looks to be good enough. Cameras aren't in the way. There's the varsity team in front of us, getting prepared for the game. Here we go. Round 2. Turned back by Wedman. Wedman to Carlson. Carlson loses control. Centering pass, missed. Kept out by Malone. Here comes Telejon. Telejon walks up near sideboard. Tries to feed Collins. And it comes back the other way. Long shot. Glove down by Malone. Brigman on the face-off. Knutson banks it up for Steve. That's Shinnick. It's going to go down for an ice. No ice is called. They had it for a second, but no call. Picked up by Brigman. Brigman turns it back. Shinnick and Brigman battling far side. Thrown around, picked up by Knutson. Knutson tries to hold. It's kept in by Anand for a second, and then comes back the other way. That's going to be waved off again. Picked up by Eagan. Eagan's going to walk it in. Pucks gets loose. Oh, big save by Malone. Malone stopped the stuff, came back out front, and a big save by Malone. Hey, this is free now. Eagan coming out strong early on. Back to the point. Long shot. Blocked in front. Tocek cut that one off, and she's going to push it forward. Tocek shoots it down deep. Followed by Esslinger. Esslinger helping out on the back end of that. Ganeri battles through the neutral zone. Brought in by the Wildcats. Brought back to the point. Pressured by Esslinger. Esslinger gains control, and she's going to bring it near side. Off to Nelson. Nelson brings it into the zone. Looking for a trailer. No one there. And it's turned back the other way. Here comes Esslinger. Esslinger has all the... Eagan was on a change here and had an opportunity to go 3-on-0. Ganeri goes down deep into the zone. Carries, comes around the net, tries to ring the boards, and it's turned over. Here comes Telejon. Telejon can't get there in time, and it's going to go for an ice. All the way back down to the Shakopee zone. We go. Face off, picked up by Cam Carlson. Cam Carlson around the net. Off to McNee, just out of the reach. Picked up by Wedman. Wedman chips it up to herself. Chips it again up to herself. Wedman dumps it in. And now here comes John Shoy. John Shoy pressuring down low. John Shoy jabs it on through. Izzy McNee battling on the corner. And back to Wedman. Wedman long shot. Out in front. Oh, tied up. Telejohn was tied up there, but had a loose puck. And couldn't put it away due to the tie-up by Eagan. Good defensive play by Eagan, or that was going to be a tap-in for Telejohn. Bregman on the faceoff. Collins back to the point. On and battles near side corner. Collins chips it up. Collins carries it through. And that's going to be offsides on Shakopee. Shinnick's going to split the D, and it goes deep into the zone. Here comes Brigman. Brigman dropped down by Shinnick. Collins out in front. Brigman fires a shot wide, and it's back to Shinnick. Shinnick battles down. Shinnick banks the boards, and it's forced back down. Back to the point, long shot, stick to side. Here comes Brigman. Brigman's just going to fire it off the board. Tries to clear, held in, forced back down. On and picks up. Long shot. Collins battles on the boards, and it's held in. And Shakopee's going to go on a change along with Eagan, and Shakopee's just going to ice the puck. Get fresh legs out there. 9:08 left in the second period. 8 shots for Shakopee's up. 0-0. Here comes Knutson. Knutson picks up the loose puck, carries it down through. Shot just over the blocker of the goaltender. Here comes Ganeri. Ganeri forces around Esslinger. Esslinger battles behind the net. Knutson helping out. Knutson picks up the puck. Knutson tries to stuff a Rama, and it goes back to the point. Ganeri battling hard near side boards. Nelson and Esslinger, and that's going to be icing on the Wildcats. Toe check, holds it in, and it gets turned back. And here comes John Troy. John Troy carries it in. John Troy back, tries to feed the point, and it gets out of the zone. Here comes Eagan the other way. Long pass, shot! Malone comes out. Big save by Malone. John Troy up to Telejohn, just off the tape. And it's forced back in. No ice. Malone coming out challenging the shooter, making a big save. Back to the point, long shot. Ooh, redirected, stick to side by Malone. Centering pass, picked off by Carlson. Carlson gets it up to Telejohn. Telejohn carries it across the red line, brings it into the blue. Fires one, bouncing puck, tricked the goaltender. Oh, yo-yo trick there for Telejohn, and almost puts one in. On in, forces it back down. Brigman. That's going to be knocked down in by Shinnick. Here comes McNee. McNee looking to center, off a skate, back to the point. Long shot, stick to side. Holly with a slapper from the point. Brigman. And Shinnick. Shinnick carries. Moves towards the net. Tries to get it back on the forehand. And McNee tried to get the loose puck. Got dumped in the process. And Holly dumps it in, and here comes the pressure from the Sabers. McNee, big shot. McNee puts it off the toe of the goaltender, and a big save. Back to the point, Ganeri forces it back down. Esslinger looking to play. Here comes Nelson. Nelson causing problems. Collins and the Wildcat behind the net, tussling. Back to the point, kept in by Ganeri. Ganeri knifes it back in. Collins picks up the loose puck, brings it back to the point. Ganeri can't handle, and it goes through. Ganeri, Collins. Collins tries to get it deep, doesn't get it far enough, and it comes back the other way. Ganeri pinches, kept it in for a second, and it comes back the other way. Esslinger, long shot. Picked up by Collins. Collins going to walk it in. Collins turns it back. Collins back. John Troy. John Troy fires one and puts it on the breadbasket, and it's smothered by the goaltender. John Troy, back to Wedman. Wedman with Telejohn on the goal mouth. Back to the point. Wedman. Wedman fires one on. And it's Telejohn battling near side. Telejohn tries to get it up to Carlson, but it floats on through. And that's going to be nice. Shockby will take it. And there's some extracurricular going on behind the play. And no penalty. Back to the point. Carlson to Knutson. Knutson fires one in. Almost rips the head off a player. And it goes out of bounds. Back to center we go. Holly tries to get it to Shinnick over her stick. Long shot, kicked aside by the defender. Toe check back to the point. Holly's going to dump it back around. Holly regroups. The toe check, and it's brought back into the zone. .338 left in the second period, 0-0 game. And here comes Libby Shinnick. That's going to go far enough for an ice. Centering pass, tied up by Holly in front, and it's forced out of the zone. Eagan's going to have to regroup, and that's going to be ice, unless they're going to call that off, which they should have. And here comes the Wildcats the other way. Kept in by Holly. Onen. Esslinger holds it in. Nelson looks to pressure. Here comes McNee around the net. McNee turns it back the other way to Holly. Holly rings the boards up to Esslinger. Esslinger pokes it ahead. Here comes Nelson. Nelson carries. Nelson walks in his own. Nelson fires one wide. Nelson opportunity there. And it's kept in by Schuler. Nelson holds it in. Picked up by Esslinger. Esslinger looks to get it back to the point. Canary to Esslinger. Esslinger tries to rip one off real quick, and it's picked up. Esslinger controls side of the net. Esslinger feeds Schuler. Schuler. Esslinger fires one on net just wide. And here comes the pressure the other way. John Shoy with Telejohn. John Shoy. John Shoy is going to go away for a hook here. Or a slash. There goes John Shoy on a slash. Deep down in the Shakopee zone. The puck will go. How you doing? Point, drop down, corner of the goal mouth. Wildcats couldn't get one off. Back to the point. Shakopee's on the penalty kill here. And it's dropped through the slot. Picked up by Wedman. Wedman shoots it all the way down. Pressured by Knutson. Knutson, big pressure. Shot, Malone save. Back to the point. McD causing a lot of problems up top. And it's brought in. Malone, pad save. Malone couldn't get the other one, and Eagan goes up by 1. Seven seconds left in the period, 59 seconds left in the power play. Shakopee couldn't weather the storm for another 7. Telejohn tried to feed Brigman, coming through. And that's going to do it for the period. Shots 9 for the Wildcats, 11 for the Sabers. 1-0 Wildcats. We'll be back. Here we go, period 3. It's brought in and forced back the other way. So 1-0 game. Wildcats. Centering pass by Eagan, didn't make its mark. Back to the point, drop down. In area battles near side. Collins picks it up. Collins to Shinnick. Shinnick gains control. Shinnick walks it in. Shinnick. Oh, Shinnick just rolled over her stick. Had Collins barreling down on the right side. Holly. Shinnick. Shinnick tries to get it up. Long shot. Malone, glove down. Shockley's going to go on a change. Picked up by Knutson, off the face-off, turned back by the Wildcats. Long shot, Malone waffled it aside, fired wide. Long shot, tipped in, Malone, quick whistle. Benefit Shakopee. 13:38 left in the third.
That was 2/5 of my sneakers.
Brigman back to Onen. Onen around the net. Long shot wide. Picked up by the Wildcats. Back to the point. Long shot. Tipped in. Just past Malone's right pad and missed the net. Stuff. Malone closing down the pad against the pipe. And it's forced back through. Wedman tried to get it up to Knutson. And it's forced back by the defenseman. Here comes Telejon. Long shot, Telejon. Bouncing puck. Patted away by the goaltender. Knutson. Battles down low. Knutson. To McNee. Boards are rung. Back to Nelson. Schuler. Long shot. Schuler. And Izzy McNee on the doorstep with a rebound and a good save by the Eagan goaltender. Nelson, toe check, battles behind the net. Picked up by McNee. McNee, centering pass. Nelson, backhander over the net. Back to the point. Long shot, Schuler. McNee was there for the tip-in. Toe check, drops it in. McNee for the forecheck. Nelson, backhander back to McNee. McNee tried to put one on the net, and it's turned back. Toe check. And around the boards to go. Cam Carlson Holds it in. Shockley's going to go on a change. And that's offsides on the Wildcats. 10:51 left in the third. Shockley better get going. John Troy. Back to Ganeri. Ganeri goes back behind the net. Comes out with the puck. Turns it back. John Troy helps out. That's Slinger. Gets stripped and a turn back the other way. Here comes Shinnick. Shinnick loses an edge. And it's chipped on out and kept inside the zone by the defenseman. Here comes John Troy. John Troy carries it across. John Troy, shot! Just wide. On it. Backhands it back in. Shockby back the other way. Long shot off the defender. I think that went off Wedman, and it's back through the neutral. Long shot. Carlson, and Schuler comes in and dumps her player, and she's going to go away for 2 minutes. Shockby's going to go on the penalty kill here for the next 2 minutes. Schuler for roughing. Back to the point. D to D. Down low. And Malone with a big save. Another big save. And that's going to go in that time. Malone making 3 big saves. The fourth one finally goes in the net. Malone made a huge save to start that out. And the Eagan player thought they scored. 2-0. Shockby's down with 8:37. They're going to be full strength now. Over to Wedman. Wedman tries to feed Izzy McNee through the center, and Izzy goes back into the corner, gains control. McNee back to Wedman. Wedman off the shin pad and out of the zone. Onen gonna fire it off the boards and get it deep. Toe check, looking to forecheck, and it's out. Onen to Wedman. Wedman tries to get the toe check, and it goes through and back the other way. Here comes McNee. McNee gets stripped of the puck, and that's going to be a penalty on Eagan for a hook. And that's going to stay right down in the zone here. Shockby's going to go on a power play. John Shoy, or that's Schuler. Back to, ooh, nice tip there by John Shoy. Off a Carlson shot. And Shinnick and Wedman battling far side boards. Picked up by Schuler. Schuler dumps it in. Picked up by Shinnick. Shinnick walks it in. Picked up by Wedman, and Wedman puts it into the upper mesh for a 1-goal differential. 2-1 Shakopee. Wedman fires one up in the webbing over the glove. Here we go, Shakopee down by 1 with 7:13 left in the third. Schuler tries to get it up to Esslinger. Schuler chips it back out to neutral. Esslinger picked up by Telejon. Telejon drops it back for Brigman. Brigman overskates and it comes back the other way. Eagan brings it in. Esslinger's just going to dump it down, and that's going to be an ice with 6:18 left in the third period. Here we go. 6:18 left in the third. Face up. Glove down by Malone. Canary comes in there. Crowd control. Collins takes off, gets tripped, and Shakopee is going to go on another power play. And the faceoff will be down in the Wildcat zone. Brigman on the face-off. 6:03 left in the period. Back to Carlson. Carlson over to Onen. Onen, long shot, kicked aside. Onen keeps it in, and it's going to be fired all the way down. No ice. Kept in by Carlson. Brigman brings it back through the slot, looking back for Carlson. Carlson, long shot. Telejon, loose puck. Telejon and Brigman battling. Brigman tries to stuff it, and the goaltender makes the save. They're going to call number 13 for the Wildcats. I think they're going to call Telejohn also. Telejohn's going to go away for jostling in the corner. Shockley still up 5 on 4 here with 5:13 left. 1:11 left in the power play. John Choi on the face-off. John Choi helped out there by Shinnick. And Wedman carries near side. Wedman controls, back to the point. Back down to Wedman. Wedman down to Shinnick. Shinnick to John Choi. And John Choi had a couple whacks at it there and just can't get to the back of the net. Good setup play there by Shockley. Kept in by Anand. John Choi, long shot, wide. Carlson holds it in, or that's Anand, and a shot, long shot, bouncing in on the goaltender, and it's gobbled up. John Choi wins the face-off, back to Anand fires one. Hits traffic, and here comes back the other way. Back to the top. Picked off by Shinnick. Shinnick has numbers. Shinnick, shot. Picked up. Tried to center it. John Choi fired one off the side. Back to the point, Ganeri, long shot, hits a player out front, and now back the other way we go. Good back check by John Choi. Centering pass. Defense cleared it out. The shin pad and back the other way. Here comes Wedman to pressure. Holly's going to get called for checking, and this is going to be no. And that's going to do it for Holly. Holly's going to go away for checking. And the puck's going to go back down to the Shockley zone. Shot, out of play. Ooh, that's a check. for the Wildcat penalty power play. And it's going to go 4-on-4. Izzy McNee took a shot going down near side boards. And the Eagan player is going to go away. It's going to be 4-on-4, open ice. Let's see if Shakopee can put one in. Drop down low. Back the other way. And that's going to be a hand pass. And the puck will go down deep inside the Shakopee zone. Brings it up. Here comes Collins back through. That's chipped out. Shakopee's got a minute 40 to do something. And they're going to go on a change. 4-on-4. Picked up by Ganeri. Ganeri just out of the reach of Wedman. No ice. Wedman looks the pressure. Ganeri goes back to retreat, chips it back up to Wedman. Wedman over to Shinnick. Shinnick pushes it. Shinnick gets drugged down, and Shakopee's going to go on a 5-on-3 with 1:03 left in the third period. Shakopee looking to call a timeout. Sounds like it.
Penalty on the Wildcats, number 15, Lydia Jones, 2-minute minor penalty. Time of penalty, 13:57. Once again, penalty on the Wildcats, number 15, Jones, 2-minute minor penalty. Time of the penalty, 13:57.
Use the glass, McKenna. McKenna, use the glass.
Shakopee pulled the goalie. Wedman fires one off the crossbar, and it's back to the point. Long shot, kicked aside. Back to Schuler. Held in by Carlson. And it's going to be shot all the way down. The other way, Shockley's got one more shot. One more chance. Chipped in. McNee picks the puck. Back! On the backside. Shinnick was there. And that's going to do it. Shockley had an opportunity. Just didn't get the job done. Good save by the defensive player.